The song this week came about because remember I got this photograph from 8-bit Gamers, and this is his great granddad, who was born in Abroath, my hometown, and also ended up in Calgary. And I'd never heard of anyone else apart from me born in Abroath who ended up living in Calgary. But what's great about 8-bit Gamer's great granddad is he had a MeatWagon. That's a MeatWagon. I didn't have a MeatWagon. He's got horses and a MeatWagon. I didn't have either. Must be nice. Must be nice to have a MeatWagon. So I thought it was really interesting thinking of what his journey must have been like 100 years ago to get from Abroath all the way to Calgary with his horse and his MeatWagon. And I was kind of comparing it to my journey across Canada, because I came and I landed at the most furthest east point, apart from Newfoundland, but I landed in Nova Scotia and then I moved to Toronto and then I moved to Calgary. So I've worked my way across the country as well. So the similar kind of journeys. And so I decided to write a song about it. So I'm just going to change a couple of things. It's one of these songs. I do this when I first write songs. I overwrite them. Okay, so I tend to stick in more words than there's room for. So I'll try and stress them. I'll try and pronounce them. Okay, as well as I can. Yeah. So this is called. This is called MeatWagon to Calgary. I hope you like it. Born in a small town on... Oh no, do you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to get the old... I'm going to get the pick. It's a bit better to play with it. There we go. I'm going to use a pick here so I can get the rhythm better. All right. False start. False start. Born in a small town on Scotland's east coast. It was cold and it was wet. It was an inhospitable host. 11 months of rain, 1 month of sunshine at the most. Then my father's death gave me a life-changing force. He left me his MeatWagon and his temperamental horse. I decided that my old hometown could shove it up its arse, of course. The grass is greener on the other side. Why stay one day on the side you're on when you decide that it's wrong? So I took my MeatWagon across the sea, swam next to my horse swam next to me. Gonna take this MeatWagon all the way to Calgary. 'Cause there's nothing for me in this old hometown. I need my life to look up, and here I just keep looking down. I'm gonna swim across the ocean, otherwise in this land I'll drown. The grass is greener on the other side. Why stay one day on the side you're on if you decide that it's wrong? Washed the shore in Nova Scotia, Halifax, but my great adventure wasn't nearly nearing its climax. Me and my MeatWagon and the ever more temperamental horse made tracks. Went through Moncton, New Brunswick, then Quebec, Montreal, but there they spoke French, didn't understand me at all. So I pushed on to Ontario, continued Montreal. The grass is greener on the other side. Why stay one day on the side you're on when you decide that it's wrong? Underwhelming, middle eight. I told you it was an underwhelming middle eight. Manitoba was a blur of freezing cold places past. Saskatchewan not much warmer, that horse was getting a pain in the arse. Then I saw the Rocky Mountains and the end of my journey at last. Calgary had sunshine, Calgary had space, and though my temperamental horse still had a long face, I parked my meat wagon by the river and said, this is the place. The grass is greener on the other side. Why stay one day on the side you're on when you decide that it's wrong? So I had the meat wagon, I had the horse, I had a new life, I settled down, I had kids, and now I had a temperamental wife. But something gnawed inside me and cut like a knife. These people here were friendly, sure, but they were just not my kin. I wanted to see my family face to face, not just feel them within. The horse looked at me and said, "Oh, Dominic, I knew this would happen. Now do you understand why I've grown increasingly more temperamental throughout the course of the song? Now do you finally get it? Let's go back home again. The grass is greener on the other side. Why stay one day on the side you're on when you decide that it's wrong? The grass is greener on the other side, so why stay one day on the side you're on if you decide that it's wrong? Decide that it's wrong. And it's time to go home. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was MeatWagon to Calgary. I hope you liked it. A bit dodgy on the old guitar playing, but I only wrote it this week. But thank you. So that's the song. Thank you, 16-Bit Brit. Thank you, James C990. I was so nervous before I did that. So nervous. It really was. So nervous. Whoa.